And welcome back to Added Time, another great day of Premier League football, which we're here to react to. Let's just get straight into it. The first game of the day was Southampton versus Manchester United. Southampton went 2-0 up, and then a bit of a Bruno-inspired comeback. Well, I'd rather say a Cavani-inspired comeback. Brought Man United 3 points. They're up to, I think, eighth in the league now. They're closing in on that top four. Did we write them off too early, lads?
You did. I didn't.
No,
I said they were going to be top two, mate. You're getting mugged off now.
Well,
You're going to eat your
I'm-
words by the end of the season.
I'm still not sure about United. They've been pretty ropey the last two games. They've had to save with a masterful comeback, and they definitely weren't good in the West Brom game compared to usual.
Yeah, I don't think this is the greatest performance by them, but I think what today did show is
The
Cavani.
character, mate. That was like a Fergie performance. That was just poof. Mind
James,
blowing.
you actually are the biggest closet United fan ever.
Been...
I've
know
never
why,
heard
I
a
know,
bad
man.
word said about United.
That's
coming out
not
of your
true.
mouth.
That's
To be
not true.
fair, never have I ever.
No, I've never heard it.
Never have I ever.
Edinson Cavani, though, lads, he's proven while he was always running for the golden shoe in Europe these last few seasons. 2 goals off the
Yeah,
bench, he's
baller.
surely got to start.
Don't know about that. I don't know about
Yeah, he's
that.
got tired old legs, isn't he, mate? He's not
I
Ibra
think
either. Ibra
he's
can
good.
do it.
He's good for an impact sub because he offers something different to what they have.
Mm.
Because most of their other strikers are more like wingers playing central, aren't they? Or like
Yeah,
Martial or
Yeah.
Rashford or
I think he'd be great
Greenwood.
up front with Rashford and Martial off him. Greenwood's not really been too great this season, but I'm not going to hammer too into him. I'm sure he's.
That's what happens when they
I think he's
shine a light on our ethnic youths, should we
Well,
say.
he's going through a lot of stuff right now. Of course, he had the incident with Mr. Foden back in September, and he lost one of his good friends to suicide very recently, and I'm sure that was very hitting hard at home for him. So I think we won't get too bad into him, but I think give him a rest, put Cavani on. You know, Man United could get ticking. They're ticking along.
What's wrong with Igalo?
Oh, I forgot they had him. I don't know what's happened there because they were sort of.
Hey, he was sick
excited
last
about him
season.
at the
I'm
start,
being funny. He was sick last season.
Well,
No, he
Very
did definitely did the
I
job
don't,
they required.
I don't know what's wrong with him. Is he injured? He's not on the bench. So, but less said about him, the better, I guess. We'll move on to what happened second. It was the game we were expecting to talk most about today, but it's a pretty dreadful performance. I think Harry was saying that definitely thought Chelsea had the better of the game. What did you have to say on that, Az?
I definitely think we dominated the game. I think we were in control. But they just play with the low block. They're really hard to break down. They are good on the counter. So I think both teams would have taken a draw before the match. And I think Jose Mourinho's definitely happy going home with a point today because I think if it wasn't Abraham in the box, we could have had 2 or 3.
Yeah, no real standout players to me. I did think though Tammy Abraham had an absolute stinker today, and some of the balls that Reece James was putting into him, Giroud was in there for those at the time. Yeah, Reece James was good.
Reece James was class.
But again, I think Giroud came on a bit too late. Like, maybe this is a bit of Lampard tactical sluggishness, would you say?
Yeah, but then Giroud missed an absolute sitter.
Yeah,
Win some,
true.
lose some.
You could say that.
True, and that's not necessarily Lampard's fault. You could say he played a blinder, put Giroud on, he got a chance. But yeah, I think it's just one of them games. Each team didn't really take their chances, did they? And I think a draw's fair. I think no one goes home unhappy. I think if anything, Chelsea would be more worried about not coming away with the 3 points.
Yeah, it really opens up the title race. Yet to see what Leicester are going to do tomorrow night, but we will be speaking about that game with a special guest who's a fan of a certain claret and blue team, let's say. But yeah, Leicester could.
Owen.
From across the pond, shall we say?
Oh, he is, yeah.
Yeah,
And he may come on for a special podcast episode to explain.
Yeah,
If you guys enjoy him, you never know. Could be a.
Yeah, you might find him as annoying as we do.
Smash that like button. Well, yeah, Leicester could make that interesting tomorrow. But let's finish up with the game we've all just viewed. Of course, I'll start it with our support and goes out to condolences. Go out. Well, he's not, hopefully not dead, but to Raul Jimenez, suffered quite a nasty injury. Not been a great day of injuries. Watching the F1 earlier with Romain Grosjean, of course, it's good to see him up as well. But Yeah, he's up. Just some minor hand burns.
Thank God,
But
thank
It's in
God
his
that
hands,
they've.
mate.
yeah,
It's like
Thank
Frosty
God
the
that they're both
Snowman with the
okay.
size of them things on him.
yeah, I think that's a premature ending to his F1 career. But let's talk about the Wolves game. Quite a performance from Wolves, or was it just another poor Arteta
They're
Arsenal
so good.
performance?
You know what I've noticed about Wolves, right? They've done the same in the Leeds game when I watched that.
Hmm.
They just push to go 1 goal up.
Yeah,
And then as soon as it gets to the 70th
Yeah,
minute,
they just kill it,
it's
don't
10
they?
men behind the ball, and it works every time.
Yeah.
Often you see teams do it, and it never works, but they just seem to have nailed to the ground.
That's sort of a
Terrible
tactic
to watch, but it's really working.
they have about 4 different formations they look comfortable
Yeah,
with
it's
playing.
really,
You saw at the
really
end, I think they started with about 4 at the back, then they moved to a 3 at the back with 3 up top, and then they ended with 2 up front with 3 in midfield, 5 at the back. I mean, the fluidity of formation change from Nuno is
They've got
just
options,
great.
haven't they? They've got
Yeah.
options in that team.
And you see
I
how
think,
brave he is as well, because he brought on that Fabio Silva
Mm.
and then just
He had a
took
good
him off
game,
because
to
he
be
didn't
fair.
need him on. He didn't need him on though, so
Yeah,
he just took him
it's
back
all
off.
about
Not
the
many
team,
managers
isn't it?
do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
it's all
with
about
that
the team.
squad, it's all about. There's no star players, is there, in that team?
Yeah.
No,
Like,
not really.
you could say Jimenez is, but there's no like big name player, is there? I think they just all work together, and that's
I mean,
proven by that
today's proof. Yeah,
substitution.
it's a difficult way to
Yeah.
prove it today, but it proved that when he'd come off, they still managed to do the job against the team. But like they are a top 6 side as such. But I
No,
mean,
they're
they're
not,
just
are they?
awful, aren't they? And I want to make the point. Aubameyang has been
Yeah, he
I
has
think
been.
that-
probably one of the worst strikers in the league.
He's
this
on
season.
fraud
He's been
watch,
so
as
bad.
Hugh Izzy would say. He is
So
on
bad.
fraud watch.
That's the last week he's in my fantasy team. It's taken a while to
Yeah.
get rid of
Terrible,
him,
mate.
but
He's been
dry.
absolutely awful.
he needs to leave. Arsenal now 14th
He's doing a mess
in
at
the league.
Ozil. And
Yeah,
Ozil's
he
taken that big
literally is. It's
contract and then he's
repeating.
going to go.
They've got it,
Terrible.
and they've got Willian as well. They pulled a stinker with them 2 contracts. It's looking like
Yeah, gonna throw one
You
out
think-
there.
not good at all.
Gonna throw one out there to finish this reaction for you guys. Wolves now 4 points off the top of the table. The way they can close out these kind of games, where do you see them finishing?
Top 6.
Top
They were
6?
comparable to sort of Southampton in a way until today. And the way they've closed out today's game compared to Southampton.
Yeah.
But they've got way more
they've got it
quality
in
than
them.
Southampton.
They do,
Like,
yeah.
Southampton are more overperforming because of their manager, I'd say.
Mm.
Whereas Wolves is actually a mix of talent and managerial.
Yeah,
I think Wolves
Like-
top 4. I think Wolves Champions League football. Definitely.
great bench as well, considering they got just Ruben Neves, who's been one of the star players in the Premier League the last couple of seasons, just as a sub player. So I think they're looking.
I
good.
saw something the other day that can't be true. Is it true? He's still only like 23.
Yeah,
he
is.
captained
insane.
Porto in the Champions League when he was 18.
That is insane.
Yeah, so Wolves
He's got
looking
a
good,
long
guys.
career ahead of him.
But thanks for watching. We will be back again tomorrow to
Like and subscribe, boys.
Leicester, Fulham, and West Ham v Villa. There's going to be our first ever special guest. Remember, if you're a fan of a Premier League team and you want to get on, feel free. We are open to having more guests on to talk about your team. But remember, subscribe, guys. Like it, comment, do what you want. Bye.